Buying a property can be a complicated process, and it's easy to make mistakes along the way. Here are 6 of the most common first-time homebuyer mistakes. Hi, I'm Andrew Scannell, Real Estate Agent Supreme, and this is Life.0. I'm here to offer you useful real estate advice. Consider me your real estate partner for life, hand in hand, together, bound till death. Let's talk about buyer mistakes. Number 1, not being realistic about your criteria. You need to determine if your criteria is feasible. If you do a search and the type of property you're looking for, there's only been one sale of that. Let's say you want to buy a 3-bedroom condo for $400,000, and you do a search and you see that only one 3-bedroom condo has sold for $500,000 or less in the last 6 months. You have to be realistic. Is this going to be a good use of your time? Because even though there was one sale, there are going to be very few options for this type of property. And when they do come on, you will likely be competing with many other people for that. So just be realistic about your criteria. And if it's not realistic, you need to adjust. There's just no other way around it. It's better to put in your search criteria and see exactly how much the type of property you're looking to buy costs, and then decide, is that something you can do? Maybe you can do it a little bit further away from the area you are hoping. You need to adjust. So just be realistic about your criteria. Number 2, closet advisors and friends. Everybody, hopefully, has family and friends who are giving them advice as they go into the purchase situation. Of course, that can be very helpful, and they may well have good advice. Just be careful, because you need advice specific to the area that you're looking in. Is your family familiar with buying urban property? Are they familiar with buying urban condominiums, for instance? It can be a very different real estate experience buying in one area in a city compared to the suburbs, etc. Just be wary of advice from your family. Also, the advice they're giving may be somewhat out of date. Even though they may have purchased or sold a few properties in their life, it can be useful to get the advice of an agent or an attorney, as they have transacted many properties in the last several months. So take the advice from your family and friends with a grain of salt, and make sure to get professional advice. Number 3, the market. Let's talk about the market. Let's get philosophical. The market, man. Yo, man, the market, man. It's bigger than you and me, man. The market, you can't control it, man. What is the real estate market? The market is what the majority of buyers are willing to pay. It's not what sellers want to sell a property for. It's not what agents can sell a property for. It is what buyers are willing to pay for a property. That, in my opinion, is what determines the market value of a property. It's like a force of nature. It cannot be controlled. It is what buyers are willing to pay. If a buyer is willing to pay twice as much for a condo in downtown with all the same physical characteristics as a property that might exist 5 miles out of town, that is the buyers determining that this area is worth this amount of money. Aside from that, it cannot be controlled. No single individual can manipulate the value of a property unless they have some secret powers that I'm not aware of and that I really wish that I had. Number 4, don't use the family attorney. Don't use the attorney that the family used to sell grandpa's farm to help you buy the condo in that downtown luxury high-rise. I mean, no offense, but you want an attorney, an urban real estate attorney who has specific experience transacting urban real estate. And you don't want an attorney who's in court litigating somewhere when you need to sign a contract. They should be solely and specifically and exclusively focused on helping buyers and sellers with real estate, a real estate attorney. The family attorney is a real estate attorney working in the environment you're looking to buy or sell in. That's fine. I'm just saying, don't use a family attorney who has done various real estate deals over the years. Find somebody who specializes in real estate. 5, don't wait for the dream home, because it ain't gonna happen. Well, it could happen if you have a lot of money and you're willing to spend that money. Find something that meets 80% of your needs for a property. Not your wants, your needs. If you have a lot of money, if you're ready to go, You're ready to spend? Sure, fulfill your dreams with the property. For most people, they're trying to make their first purchase a prudent one, potentially a step. Maybe it's not the last property they plan to own forever. So find something that fulfills your needs, 80% of your needs. If it's meeting 80% of the things you need, you're doing all right. A lot of people tear their hair out for a long time trying to find that first place. And it's like, what is it worth to you? Would it be more valuable to just get it done, get in the place, and move on to other things in your life than spend the next 12 to 18 months tearing your hair out trying to find the absolute perfect place for yourself? If you're buying in a popular area, chances are the values are at least going to hold and hopefully appreciate. They certainly have appreciated where I work. Find something that meets your needs and don't rip your hair out about it. Number 6, using big banks, both for your pre-approval when you're making an offer and for your mortgage. A lot of people will have relationships with bigger banks. They already have accounts with them, and it's a natural thing to talk to their banker if they want to get a loan. That's understandable. Just understand that it can be very worrisome to a seller if you are trying to finance the purchase with a bigger bank. Bigger banks, the underwriting departments are huge. There's some place in the middle of the country or potentially in another country even. It can be really hard to reach someone when things go wrong. The loan can kind of get lost in a void. So it is highly encouraged to get a pre-approval from a local lender, specifically a local lender that is well known and familiar to those in the real estate community. It is literally like free money in your offer. If you have a pre-approval from a local lender who all the agents know and trust in, it improves your offer without spending more money. And when you need to talk to someone, you're picking up the phone and talking to someone instead of calling a call center somewhere far, far away from you. Just consider the idea of getting a pre-approval and your mortgage from a local lender. They usually will be just as competitive as the big banks, and you can have a lot more confidence in the customer service along the way. And believe me, it can get very nerve-wracking if you need to get answers from a lender and you have a mortgage commitment coming up or some deadline and you can't get anybody on the phone. You don't want it disappearing into thin air. So get your pre-approval and consider getting your mortgage from a local lender. Okay, there are 6 common first-time buyer mistakes to avoid. I hope that was useful to you. That's the only reason I'm here, is to help you. I don't do this for me. I do it for you. I'm just here to shower you with my love. Okay, that was kind of a weird way of saying that. Anyway, friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more useful real estate information. My name is Andrew Scannell. This is Life.0, and now you know, and that's the show. Peace.